G'day guys, welcome to this Rxys V2 video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about round 13 predictions for 2019. So let's get started, guys. So this first game of this match sees the Rabbitohs up against the Knights. Now I think this one with James Roberts returning to the Rabbitohs side, I reckon this one's going to be a big threat because James Roberts is a good fast player, and I reckon he will turn up against the Knights. But yeah, I'm just going to put the Rabbitohs by 12 points. They're going to seal the deal here, and I reckon that they will get good tries and probably some mishaps. But I reckon that the Knights will win this first half, but I reckon Rabbitohs will come back in the second half and get the win by 12 points.
Oh, punters, get on board that one. The Knights to lead at half-time, Rabbits full-time. I like that bet.
So the second game of this round sees the West Tigers up against the Raiders. Now, I think this one sees Moses Mbai, I think, returning to the fullback side, maybe. I'm not too sure about that, but I reckon he probably will. But yeah, I'm just going to go with the Raiders. I picked the Tigers by 6 points. I thought I was going to pick the Raiders, but I obviously didn't. But yeah, I picked Tigers by 6 points here, and they're just going to seal the deal here. And I reckon that with Moses and Blake coming back, and I reckon that this will be a good turnover for the Tigers up against the Raiders. So I reckon that the Raiders will just win by a couple of tries in the first half, but then the Raiders will probably have an upset in, and I reckon that the Tigers will just come back and get a try to seal the deal by 6 points here. So this one of this round, the third game sees the Warriors up against the Melbourne Storm. I reckon this one, my Kiwi side, I reckon that the Warriors, they are a good team, but they have been a bit too much of a difficult team. But I reckon that the Warriors will come back here, and I reckon that the Warriors will get it by 10 points. But this Melbourne Storm are a good side, but the Warriors, I reckon that they'll just get it for their home team. And yeah, I don't know what to think for the Melbourne Storm, but I was going to pick them, but I reckon Warriors will be too good for the Melbourne Storm here, and I reckon that they'll get it by 10 points. So this game of this round sees the Sharks up against the Eels. Now, I think I might be going to this game. I'm not too sure about that. I may double check about it. But yeah, I reckon that this game's going to be a real tough match. I reckon that the Parramatta Eels, I reckon that they will get some points here. But I reckon that the Sharks will just come over with this win. But I'm just going to pick the Eels for this one. I reckon that they will have a fight. I reckon they will have a couple of tries. But seeing Nathan Brown returning and Wade Graham and Sean Johnson, I don't think Sean Johnson's playing, but he is on the reserves bench. But what you can think is Wade Graham and Nathan Brown being back, this one's going to be a big threat for the both sides of the team. And I also picked the Eels by 4 points. So this game of this round sees the Cowboys up against the Manly Sea Eagles. I reckon that the Cowboys, they are a good side to the team, but seeing a couple of players out, Jordan Kahu, also Nene McDonald, he's out for the season. Jordan Kahu, I think he will be returning probably 18 or 16, but yeah, I reckon that this one will be a definite tight match. Seeing Tom Travojevic returning to Manly Sea Eagles, and I reckon this one will be a tight threat to the team, and I reckon a couple of tries will seal the deal, and I reckon that the Sea Eagles will get it by 9 points here, and I reckon this one will be a field goal. And yeah, seeing probably Daly Cherry Evans, I reckon he will get a field goal here to seal the deal, and I reckon that Manly Sea Eagles will get it by 9 points here. So this game of this round, see the Broncos up against the Gold Coast Titans. This one, the Titans, they're not having a good game at the moment. I'm seeing that, I reckon that the Gold Coast Titans will probably get the wooden spoon here. But seeing the Panthers, obviously, I've got to mention about it. I reckon that the 15th, I reckon that, say the end of the season, I reckon they'll probably end up in the 15th spot. But yeah, I reckon that the Broncos here have absolutely proved themselves really well. Seeing James Sigiyaro played only probably a couple of games, but I'm not too sure why he isn't on the team list.
Drink driving. He got charged for drink driving.
I know, that's absolute horrendous, but I cannot believe that Ash Taylor's not having a good game at the moment, but I reckon that probably the Broncos, they will get a win here by 13 points. They will see the deal here up against the Gold Coast Titans. They aren't playing that well, but yeah, this one will be a tight match here. Second last but not least sees the Panthers up against the Sydney Roosters. This one, I reckon that Panthers, they haven't played their good game at the moment. Seeing James Maloney, this one, you suck. I hate you. I don't really like you because all you do is whinge, and I reckon this one is not going to be a... I'm just a bit disgusted and disappointed because you just whinge and thinking that you're the captain when you're not. But let's move on from that. Let's see, but like Panthers up against the Sydney Roosters. I reckon this Roosters side will definitely seal the deal here, and I reckon that they're going to get a win here by 8 points. Last but not least, sees the Bulldogs up against the Dragons. This one's going to be an absolute threatening of this match. Seeing the St. George Illawarra Dragons here, seeing that Bulldogs, they aren't playing a great game with Lachlan Lewis doing that, going on the reserves bench. But yeah, I reckon that I've tipped the Bulldogs plus 6 points. I reckon they're probably going to turn up, and I reckon they'll come back here with this win. But I don't know. Seeing the Bulldogs, they have disappointed me a bit, but the Dragons, they've got a lot of potential. But I just reckon the Bulldogs will come home with a win and by 6 points here, and I reckon that's going to be it. Thanks guys for watching my video. Stay tuned for more, guys. I will be doing more videos coming up soon, and yeah, this one was going to be a good enough thing. But yeah, thanks guys for watching my video. Stay tuned for more, guys. Until then, take care.